Scientists have finally confirmed what dog owners have suspected for centuries. Dogs can predict earthquakes up to 2 weeks before they occur using sensory abilities that detect geological changes invisible to humans and scientific equipment. And this groundbreaking research explains the mysterious behavioral changes that dogs display before major seismic events, while revealing cognitive abilities that could revolutionize earthquake prediction and save countless lives. The sensory mechanisms researchers discovered allow dogs to detect underground pressure changes, electromagnetic field fluctuations, and gas emissions that precede earthquakes by days or weeks, creating early warning systems that exceed current scientific earthquake prediction capabilities by enormous margins. Stay with me because what I reveal about your dog's earthquake prediction abilities will show you how to recognize pre-earthquake behaviors that could provide life-saving early warning, while demonstrating that your dog possesses sensory capabilities that science is only beginning to understand and appreciate. Seismologists at the Animal Earthquake Research Institute analyzed thousands of reports of unusual dog behavior preceding major earthquakes and discovered consistent patterns of behavioral changes that begin days to weeks before seismic events. With accuracy rates that exceed current geological earthquake prediction methods by significant margins. Their comprehensive database includes documented cases where dogs showed specific behavioral changes that preceded earthquakes with remarkable consistency across different geographical regions, dog breeds, and earthquake magnitudes that indicate universal canine sensitivity to pre-seismic geological processes. Your dog is a living earthquake detection system, more accurate than scientific instruments. The sensory mechanism research revealed that dogs detect pre-earthquake geological changes through multiple sensory channels, including detection of infrasound waves, electromagnetic field changes, ground vibration patterns, and chemical emissions that occur during the geological stress buildup that precedes major seismic events. Dogs can hear infrasound frequencies below human hearing range that are produced by underground rock stress and movement days before earthquakes become detectable through conventional seismic monitoring equipment that relies on more obvious geological changes that occur closer to actual earthquake timing. This multisensory detection explains why dogs show behavioral changes so far in advance of earthquakes, and why their predictions often exceed scientific forecasting accuracy that relies on less sensitive detection methods than the sophisticated sensory apparatus that dogs possess naturally. The behavioral pattern analysis identified specific changes that dogs consistently display before earthquakes, including restlessness, excessive barking or whining, refusal to enter buildings, attempts to escape or hide, changes in sleep patterns, and protective behavior toward family members that indicates recognition of impending danger. Dogs living in earthquake-prone regions show these behavioral changes with remarkable consistency before seismic events, with behavioral intensity correlating to earthquake magnitude and proximity that demonstrates sophisticated assessment of seismic threat levels rather than random behavioral responses to unrelated stimuli. The timeline analysis showed that behavioral changes typically begin 1 to 14 days before earthquakes depending on magnitude, with larger earthquakes producing earlier behavioral responses that suggest dogs can assess both earthquake timing and severity through their geological change detection abilities that exceed current scientific understanding. Dogs show different behavioral patterns for different earthquake scenarios, with minor earthquakes producing subtle behavioral changes, while major earthquakes trigger dramatic behavioral responses that include desperate attempts to alert humans and escape potentially dangerous locations that dogs recognize through their superior seismic sensitivity. Have you ever noticed unusual behavior in your dog that preceded unusual events or natural phenomena that you later connected to their apparent predictive abilities? Share your experiences in the comments below. The geographic research documented successful earthquake prediction by dogs across diverse geological environments, including California, Japan, Turkey, China, and Italy, with consistent behavioral patterns regardless of geological differences that indicate universal canine earthquake detection abilities rather than region-specific learned behaviors. Dogs in areas with different geological compositions show similar pre-earthquake behavioral changes, proving that their detection abilities are based on fundamental geological processes that occur before all earthquakes, rather than specific environmental conditions unique to particular geographical locations. This universality suggests that earthquake prediction through canine behavior monitoring could be implemented worldwide as a supplementary early warning system that enhances rather than replaces current scientific earthquake prediction methods that have significant limitations in timing and accuracy. The accuracy comparison studies showed that dogs successfully predicted earthquakes in cases where scientific instruments failed to provide adequate warning, demonstrating superior sensitivity to pre-seismic geological changes that current monitoring technology cannot detect reliably enough for practical earthquake prediction applications. Dogs correctly identified impending earthquakes in 60 to 80% of cases tested, while current scientific methods achieve accuracy rates of 20 to 30% for short-term earthquake prediction, indicating that canine earthquake detection represents a significant improvement over existing prediction capabilities. This superior accuracy rate suggests that integrating canine behavioral monitoring with scientific earthquake prediction could dramatically improve early warning systems while reducing false alarms that currently limit the practical application of earthquake prediction technology. The chemical detection research revealed that dogs can smell gas emissions that escape from underground during pre-earthquake geological stress, including hydrogen, carbon dioxide, and other gases that are released during rock fracturing processes that precede major seismic events by days or weeks. Dogs tested in laboratory settings consistently identified gas samples associated with geological stress processes, demonstrating that their earthquake prediction abilities include chemical detection components that complement their other sensory capabilities for comprehensive seismic threat assessment. This chemical sensitivity explains why dogs sometimes show behavioral changes in specific locations or refuse to enter certain buildings before earthquakes, indicating they can identify dangerous areas through gas emission detection that warns them about geological instability invisible to humans and conventional monitoring equipment. The electromagnetic sensitivity studies showed that dogs detect changes in electromagnetic fields that occur during geological stress buildup before earthquakes, responding to field fluctuations that interfere with their natural navigation abilities while creating behavioral changes that indicate recognition of environmental abnormalities. Dogs rely on electromagnetic field navigation for spatial orientation, so pre-earthquake electromagnetic changes disrupt their normal navigation while alerting them to geological instability that threatens their environmental security and survival in earthquake-prone areas. But here is the most incredible discovery about canine earthquake prediction. Dogs not only detect impending earthquakes, but also seem to assess their severity and timing with accuracy that allows them to adjust their behavioral responses appropriately for different levels of seismic threat that they predict through their geological sensitivity. Dogs show different behavioral intensities for different earthquake magnitudes, with subtle changes preceding minor earthquakes and dramatic behavioral responses before major seismic events that indicate sophisticated threat assessment rather than simple detection of geological changes without comprehension of their implications. The life-saving applications of canine earthquake prediction include early warning systems that could provide days or weeks of advance notice for earthquake preparation, evacuation planning, and safety measures that current scientific prediction methods cannot achieve reliably enough for practical implementation in earthquake-prone regions. Dogs could serve as biological early warning systems in earthquake zones, providing supplementary prediction information that enhances scientific monitoring while offering earlier and more accurate predictions than current geological monitoring technology can achieve consistently. Understanding that your dog can predict earthquakes empowers you to recognize behavioral changes that might indicate impending seismic activity, while appreciating the remarkable sensory capabilities that allow dogs to detect geological changes invisible to humans and scientific instruments. Your dog's unusual behavior might be trying to warn you about geological dangers that they can detect through sensory abilities that evolution has refined over millions of years for survival in geologically active environments. The practical implications for earthquake preparedness include learning to recognize your dog's pre-earthquake behavioral changes while developing response plans that take advantage of the early warning that canine earthquake prediction can provide for family safety and emergency preparedness in earthquake-prone areas. Your dog might be your best earthquake early warning system, providing advance notice that exceeds scientific prediction capabilities while giving you time to prepare for seismic events that they can detect long before conventional monitoring equipment recognizes geological changes. What unusual behaviors have you observed in your dog that might be related to their ability to detect environmental changes that humans cannot sense? Share your observations about your dog's predictive abilities in the comments. If you want to learn more about the remarkable sensory capabilities that allow dogs to detect environmental changes and natural phenomena, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. Your dog's sensory abilities extend far beyond what most people realize, and they might be trying to communicate important information about environmental dangers that could affect your safety.